Welcome back to Crazy Bill's Garage. And today I got a comparison of a Wix, a normal Wix, and a Baldwin. So the Baldwin here is, you can see, a B329, and the Wix is a 51372. These are both filters that will either fit on my 5.4 Triton engine on my truck or the 3-liter Dura. What is it? Dura something on my Ford Freestyle. So they will both fit on that. Now, they both have pretty good construction, I would say, but I got a feeling this one here will be pretty nice, made in the USA Wix, not Mexico. So that's going to be pretty good. And we know that the Baldwin here is a made in USA product. It says here somewhere. I can't find it. Now, what do I know about these two? Now, the Wix here usually has a micron rating of about 20, 19, 20 microns. It's enhanced cellulose filter media. So that's pretty well what we know about that one. I look up information on these, but I take very little from what people say on the internet. Now, the Baldwin there, of course, is made up of just cellulose kind of like material, or it is sometimes cellulose blend media. So, and the micron rating, who knows? I get from 9.8 nominal to 27 absolute. So it's like, yep, it's got a micron rating. So let's get into this. I'll weigh both of these, get them weighed, and we'll see which one comes out on top in this. Well, kind of like Wix against the good old Baldwin. I use Baldwin a lot more than the Wix. So in grams first, we'll do the Baldwin. And we have 398.9 grams. Wow, that is a heavy filter. And the Wix, 383.9 grams. Not as heavy, but it's not bad. Let us check out the, we call these the base gaskets. Let me grab my micrometer here so we can do some measurements on this. 0. Keep telling it to 0, it wouldn't 0. So, thickness on the Wix, 5.05 millimeters. How wide is it? 4.75. And its weight? 6.2 grams. Now, we'll see now this one. How thick is the Baldwin? 5.05. And 4.74. And 5.9. So I got a feeling that the Wix there is a little bit beefier. Now, I should have weighed these also in ounces for our friends down south. They like ounces. So let's do this in ounces, the Wix first. 13.542 ounces. And we'll do the Baldwin. And that is 14.074 ounces. Not bad, These are both pretty chunky filters. They're pretty big. They fit some pretty nice engines. Keep those separated now. And I see one has a silicone and one has a nitrile. So, nitrile rubber for the Baldwin and silicone for the Wix. Before I do anything, let us measure how wide these are. If I can do this measurement, if it'll allow me. So The wicks, 92.19 millimeters. What's that in inches? We'll do inches. 3.621 inches. Not bad, eh? That's not bad at all. The Baldwin, 3.623 inches and 92.09 millimeters. That is something. So there we go. We know the weights. We know the measurements of the cup. Now I think, one thing I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 inlet holes on the Baldwin. And on the wicks, we have 6 inlet holes, but they are significantly bigger. And they got a teardrop kind of look to them. These are just round holes. So, well, let me cut these open and we'll continue on from there. So I got them both cut apart. Let's flip them over. See what we got. So, well, you can definitely see the wicks has a real spring in it. So let us do that one last. It's a surprise, right? Let's open this one up. Oh no. I thought I had it all the way through. We got her all the way through. Now, well, got to stand up for this part. Can't be sitting down my whole life, can I? Okay, well, let's go with good old Baldwin here. Now, let's see what we got here. Well, we got this neat little contraption here. So we have let's move these out, move these in. We got a neat little contraption here. It's a plastic insert that I guess goes in like there. And this fits over it. So I guess that's how that works on these ones. Can't say as many of I've taken apart these. I can't say I've seen that before. Remember, the nitrile rubber feels really nice. It's nice and thin, so I'm pretty sure even when it gets a little harder, with the longer it's in the vehicle, it would probably let oil through very nicely. That is interesting. We'll put that over here in the Baldwin area, and we'll take off this. Oof. Pretty hefty. And we got silicone here. A little thicker, but it will stay flexible for the wicks. Now for the base plates. There is 4 threads on the Baldwin. Like I said, it had 8 inlet holes, but the wicks has bigger inlet holes, but 2 less. It's pretty hefty. It feels like it's really, really made pretty good, I must say. This one feels a little lighter. Let us check that out here. It does feel lighter, but I'm not sure if it is. So the Baldwin first. It's 175.4 grams. That's hefty. And the wicks, 167.4. Yeah, it's not much. It's hardly negligible, really. And the wicks has 4 threads also. We got numbers punched on the inside. Technically, this is made pretty nice, actually. Metal's just about as thick. It's pretty strong. I'm gonna go with the wicks and the Baldwin on both of those. They both get a good point. Now let's pull out the filter media. And yes, they both have a spring. So, what's that mean? Well, they both have a spring. This spring is actually quite a bit beefier on the Baldwin. It's pretty big. This one's a little bit more springier though, but it's not as beefy. Don't think it matters. All that's nice is that they both have a spring in them. So let's put the filtration behind the cups. We come to the part where I always like to measure and see who has the thickest walls in their cups. So we're going to try the Baldwin first, of course. And we're going to get her in here. And that is not as good as I was hoping. Let's get her. I messed it up. So yeah, about 0.30, 0.31 of a millimeter. That's not very thick. Let's try her in a different spot. I used to believe it used to be thicker than this. 0.30 there too. Yeah, this just doesn't feel that thick. It even was easy to cut. This feels a little sturdier. Baldwin or Wix here gonna do a good thing, and yes, it is thicker. About 0.41, 0.42 of a millimeter. That's pretty thick. Oh, I'm sorry. I was measuring on a sticker. Okay, let's get off the sticker here. There we go. It's the same. We're not on the sticker. It's about 0.31 and 0.32. So, yeah, it's the same. And that's pretty normal, isn't it? Pretty normal stuff. We're going to weigh them both just to see if there's much of a difference. Grams for the Wix, 72.8. Grams for the Baldwin, 69.8. Yeah, there's not much difference in them. Still think this one with the sticker, as a load-bearing sticker, makes it feel thicker. So the sticker makes it stronger, right? Let's get on to the filtration. Well, let's take a look here. So here's where they attach. Move out of the way, Wix. You'll get your chance. And look at this. What has been going on at Baldwin to put in such a sloppy effort on this filter? These plates are all over the place. Well, at least there's none like super rammed together. So, well, probably doesn't matter. It flows through. It probably does its job, wouldn't you say? It might. Now, let's take a look at the Wix. So here we are. We even got a steel piece holding them together. That's kind of nice, but much more uniform. So not bad, Wix. You did somewhat of a half decent job on that. How far, Wix? You're pulling it out. You're pulling it out here. Now, what am I looking for? I was gonna grab something so I could punch down these holes here. Bypasses, and see how well they work. So let us see. Let's get you both in camera here. Tried and true type of bypass always works. Kind of same bypass in this one. They always do seem to work. Not too bad. So far though, for build quality, I'd say the Wix is pulling it off on this one. And I am a true believer in the Baldwin. As I always say, I always like using Baldwin. It's too bad they use louvers. Now the thing is, yes, they use louvers, and this Wix, this particular one made in the USA, uses the punched holes. Not too bad. Now, you know what I'm gonna have to do? I'm gonna have to actually let's weigh this assortment here. Let's go with the Baldwin first. Feels hefty, and it's at 123.4 grams. This one feels light at 121.5 grams. Well, it felt light, and it was a little lighter. But don't see. There's a little bit of glue here, or is that just... Oh, that's glue. That's a little bit of glue. Why is it... This isn't made by Purelator. This is Baldwin. This, though, look at this. This is made pretty precise. There's no excess glue all over the place. It looks very nice. Pleats are up and down at least, and not spaced out a mile like on the Baldwin. Well, you know what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to cut this filtration off. So we're going to cut the Baldwin filtration off first. So we'll have a little fun with that. Cellulose, kind of like maybe cellulose something. I'm pretty sure it's just cellulose. We got Super Knife here to give us a hand. It'll cut through this like nothing. Just feel like it's cutting through pretty nice and easy. A little too easy. Lose my hand on that one. And there we go. We took care of that one fast enough, didn't we? Let us first take a look at this. There is the glue that is used. You can see how thick actually the filtration is when I cut them like this. Nope, she's glued in there pretty good. I was going to try to yank her out so we could get a better look at the bypass, but for some reason they always have down there by the bypass glued in really well. It's not too much glue here. Looks pretty good actually. So, yeah, not bad. Baldwin, it looks good there. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, this feels pretty cellulose-y to me. Not bad. Not terrible. Oh. I think now we'll just put this aside over here. And put this aside over here, and we'll get on to the Baldwin. Oh, the wicks. Let's not start screwing that up now. Okay, there we go. Got that out. I dented it there. Oh no, I can never use this again. Okay, let's give her this one a cut. So this is supposed to be cellulose, enhanced cellulose, so yeah. I don't know if looking through the microscope will be able to tell me any of that. We'll take a look after we do a few more steps here on stuff. And there we go. Thanks again, Super Knife. You did a fine job. Get rid of my cutting board. Just a piece of cardboard. The cats haven't wandered off with yet. And there we go. We have the punched holes. I prefer the punched holes way more, or even an E-core. But, well, that thing's in there. Might be flexing and all, but it ain't coming apart. Built pretty good. I don't like this steel they use. It's pretty thicker type of steel, it looks like. Not bad, wicks. If you build them in the USA, yeah, not bad at all. So this goes like this. And I didn't count up the pleats. What was I doing? Oh, I'll count them up. And here we go. I'll definitely count the pleats up. See what we got here. Too many things going at once here, I think. So there we go. I'll count the pleats up, get back to you. So as it is, the Wix had 52 pleats and the Baldwin had 43. Of course, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter because I'm pretty sure the pleats are longer. Yes, they are longer on the Baldwin, so that's going to measure out to some more length. Bigger pleats and less though. But let us take a look here and measure out how thick this filtration is, so we can see how well would it do. So 0.68 of a millimeter for the wicks, and for the Baldwin, 0.78 for the Baldwin. That's typical of kind of like cellulose, though. It is a little thicker, so it can filter out a little better. Let me get the lengths on these. Well, here we are back with some data on length and width. So let's go with the Baldwin first. Baldwin, 73 inches long, 185 and a half centimeters. Pretty long, longer pleats, and yeah, it made it pretty long. Now, 2.25 inch wide, or 6 centimeters. It's a lot of filtration there, but not as much as the wicks. The wicks, with all the extra pleats, came out to 77.5 inches, or 197 centimeters. So, but still the same 2.25 inch long width and 6 centimeters. That's pretty crazy, isn't it? Amazing, all those extra pleats it had. It came out longer. Ooh, what a guessed. Well, that was pretty easy to figure that out, wasn't it? Well, now I cut one of these up, or both of them up. We'll take a quick look underneath the microscope. So there we are, looking at the Baldwin. You can see cellulose makeup in there. Some say it's got cellulose or enhanced cellulose. I think it's just cellulose. Looks like cellulose to me. It's a nice light color. All those strands sticking together. Pretty nice. We'll take a look at the backside. Now, the backside, really no difference. So, it's just your standard cellulose filtration that, probably filters pretty fine and for normal oil changes. And here we are with the wicks. And it is supposed to be enhanced cellulose filtration media. Yeah, probably is. Looks pretty good, I must say. It still looks like cellulose. And here we are on the backside, and looking just about the same. So there we go. We got these two done, and looking at the filtration on them both look very good. So that'll just about do it for this video. And I don't know why I chose to do Baldwin against Wicks on this one. I guess it's because I always think of these two American ones here going at it in a Baldwin Wicks kind of shootout. And it always seemed that they had a closer kind of ness to the type of filter they were. In the end, though, seems like Wicks probably shoehorned out ahead of the Baldwin a bit there. I still like the Baldwin, but boy, if they came like this, I'd definitely use Wicks a lot more. But as in Baldwin, they're all kind of made this way. In Wicks, you don't know what you're going to get. You're going to get a Mexican made one, going to get a one from made overseas, or you're going to get one of these decent US made ones. You don't know. Baldwin, though, you always get a Baldwin made in the USA. So that'll do her. Hope you liked it, and I hope you'll give it a like. And yeah, please comment. Tell me what ones you use or what you don't like about these particular filters. And yeah, I love your comments. Thanks for watching.